Happy Sunday.
Yeah.
We're in
Yeah,
tropical.
yeah,
We're in
yeah.
tropical depression here, Sean. We need some pep. We're in tropical depression. We're all down.
We're in what?
We're in a tropical depression right now.
Oh,
Joe's
you
getting
guys are?
hammered. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
hitting over in Tampa, in the Bay, whatever, right, Joe?
Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
Mia had
she's
some friends down there that like left the day early just to try to avoid that shit.
yeah. It's it's one of those typical storms, comes in waves. It'll be like
Right.
heavy
The
duty
the
for 30
bands.
minutes
You get
and
the
then
bands.
Yeah.
yeah, and then it smooths out. But the last hour and a half have been the heaviest of the day, but I assume that's because it's on its way out. I hope. I can't sit in
Uh,
this place for another day.
Joe,
But
the last hour and a half here in North Orlando, Northwest Orlando, the last hour and a half have been. Oh, we're getting hammered. Like
yeah,
sideways rain.
yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been getting. And then nobody's playing this golf course the rest of this week, I can tell you that. This thing is a little soggy. Doggy doggy.
Cart rules, bitches. Has on
Yeah.
them.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Bunch of fucking assholes. Bad golf. Bad golf being played out here.
What, you want a
Uh
municipal fucking course?
no, it's a private
Joe,
club.
Joe lives on a muni.
Private club and they're fucking hacks?
Yeah. The Yacht Club. The
The
Yacht.
what?
Isla del Sol Yacht Club.
Usually those ninjas can golf.
Yeah, it's all retirees though. They can't even fucking move their
Well, I'll
hips.
tell you what. I watched my boy Donald Trump golf with Bryson DeChambeau,
Yeah.
and
Trump can
all
lace.
I noticed
Trump
was
can lace it.
Trump would fuck all of us up at golf. I can't even believe that
Yeah,
whole fucking golf like that. I was like,
Well, he's
what
got
the
nothing else to do,
fuck?
right? Seems like he's got
dude,
nothing else to do.
he laces the
Uh,
ball, man. He does. He's a ball striker.
and he's fucking good short and putting. I mean, that motherfucker can play that game. I hate those old,
Right.
you'd always see those old bastards. They're 225 down the middle, on the green, putt, fucking moving on. This fuckers score.
Yeah,
He's not a
it's like a
speed
habit.
golfer guy, though. I see these speed golfers out here, man. These fuckers are like one guy I see every day has a walking cart and he's
Yep.
like bang bang and his wife's with him. He's like, if he gets it within probably 6 to 8 feet, he's
Pick
like,
it
go
up.
pick it up. We're on to the next hole. She goes, gets his ball off the fucking green.
Just
It's
burning
awesome.
through, right? Just burning through a lot. I knock out 3 rounds a day.
Yeah, 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 sure. I mean, in like 3 hours. I mean, guy's a maniac. But anyway, yeah. So this
Well, he
this
better shore up that putting because that's where your fucking money's made.
well,
That's where
if you're only
that's the
playing
one is
with
on that last fucking putt.
if you're only
Look at that
playing with
drop your
yourself,
show,
you
puffer
never
duck.
lose, though,
Yeah.
right?
If you want to play with yourself, you never
As
lose.
she said.
I, I've never lost. Yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah,
I have. I've been so fucked up. I'm like, man, I'm just tired. I can't finish this.
yeah. Right. All right. So let's
Good.
before
Yeah.
we get into the bulk of the show, let's cue up our guy to get things kicked off here. Proper like. Share the
Yo.
sound and share it, play it.
Hi, my name is Tyvis Powell, former Ohio
close to my
State
ears.
Buckeye and national champion DB. Welcome to the Buckeye Cast. These guys was born and bred in the Buckeye State, and they like to talk Buckeye football and drink bourbon. Subscribe to the show. Now pour up a drink and pull up a stool. Here's your host, Joe Warwick. Get him, Joe.
All right.
Hell yeah.
No other way to start the show but with our guy, Tyvis. So obviously we had another show planned going into this morning. And then this afternoon, the internet decided to go crazy and ESPN decided to somehow find a draft of the NCAA notice of allegations to the cheaters, to Michigan. So
Nice.
I think we really got to talk about that and all that entails. I have a lot of the details of what was released in that draft. I mean, is this draft 1? Is this draft 30? Who knows? You know, I know I've always, at times when I've written an important document, I've gone through many drafts. Usually the first one is not the best one.
Not me. I fucking nail that shit every time. Write
Yeah.
that
How many
shit
drafts you
down.
go through?
Of course,
You don't
Sean
go
does.
through drafts?
Of course. He's Sean Henderman. He's
That's how I do it, man. Say what I say.
shoot from the hip, always straight.
Okay.
I can't say
Well,
there ain't been consequences for those types of actions, but
yeah.
that's how I get it.
Consequences and repercussions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, folks, hey, we appreciate everybody joining us. Please hit us in the comments. This is obviously going to be focused on the entire cheater scandal. You know, we're going to get into that heavy. I don't think we're going to have time for score predictions tonight, but fortunately, there's another weekend next week, and we can do that at that time. But this release kind of requires all the attention, right? I mean, not just we knew this was coming eventually, and actually we heard it early last week that this notice of allegations was coming from the NCAA. Never happened. I was expecting it by Friday, you know, as a Friday news dump, turned into a Sunday draft dump or something. I don't know, by ESPN. So, you guys want me to lay out what was in that draft and let you react line by line? Does that make sense?
Absolutely, I do. But
All right.
the one thing I'd say is, so after we changed the topic on this, I've just been self-gratifying myself over at MGO blog and
Oh, I thought you were going to say
and,
something else.
and their delusion. And I did
The
hear
hub.
that there's already a new draft that's out there in circulation, and that one that released isn't the actual one. So
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard
but
that.
again, that's for Michigan fans, so that
Yes.
doesn't mean that ain't worth a shit. But I'm just
Exactly.
saying that is out there in the ether.
Yes. Yes, there are other drafts, maybe from, you know, who knows? Who knows where they're from? But yes, I heard that too. It's pretty funny. All right, so let's get into it. Let's go. Okay, first line. I'll read it. You can react. So Michigan head coach Sherrone Moore is one of 7 members from the 2023 football program accused of violating NCAA rules in a draft of this notice of allegations obtained by ESPN. Okay, so is 7 too many? How many is too many? 7 members?
Well, I've
Is that a
never
lot?
to
Sounds
me
like a
it's
lot.
to me what's weird is that, you know, Ohio State's had allegations before, Meyer, all that stuff. I've never really heard about a whole bevy of coaches being in violations. Like it's like and maybe they were, I don't know, but I've never, like, even on Tennessee or whatever, never heard there's 7 coaches involved or whatever. It's just like Tennessee's in trouble. I've never heard this kind of play out with this many coaches involved. So I don't know if it's a new thing, the way they're reporting it, or this is just really fucking bad. They're like, all these guys did really bad stuff.
Okay. So I got something for you. I got a list. If you want to hear it. I got former Michigan staff members, Jim Harbaugh, Chris Partridge, Denard Robinson, and Stallions, of course, are accused of committing level 1 violations. Obviously, the most serious. The school faces a level 1 violation charge due to its quote unquote, this is a quote from the draft, pattern of non-compliance within the football program. And continuing, institutional efforts to hinder the thwart the NCAA's investigation. Former coaches Jesse Minner, Steve Clinkscale are also accused of recruiting violations unrelated to this, but they're in the draft. Doesn't matter. But so level one sounds very serious to me. I don't know how you can paint this in any other way.
No, it's the first level. It's easy.
Yeah, it's the worst. First is the worst.
Yeah, it sounds really bad, doesn't it? I mean, and I don't know if you're getting to it or not, but then Moore, the day it came out about Stallions, Moore deleted his text thing from Stallions, and it had to get recovered through some bullshit. I think they all knew. I saw something that I read, Joe, and this may be in part of the report too, that none of the coaches knew, but 4 interns knew what Stallions is doing or something. That was in the one thing I was reading on. Again, this is MGO blog. This is my source for this, so I mean, completely biased on the Michigan side. And I'm like, well, if 4 fucking interns know, then that's already bullshit. The fucking coaches know, assistants know, of course they do. But if 4 fucking interns knew, lack of institutional control. I mean, what the fuck? How do you not know what these peons are doing?
Yeah, I mean, that's the definition of it. You would think, Shawn.
Right?
Yeah, if interns that aren't being paid employees of the staff are aware of this,
And it's not just one that knew, but 4 of them that knew. I mean,
Joe there?
fuck.
What happened?
I
Joe?
don't know. It just said recording stopped. He must have got hit with a.
Joe's scuba gear right now.
I don't know. We can't still be live without him, or are we?
No, we're not live. We're off.
Well, let's go. Come on, Jeff. I mean, that's right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm with you. Like, what the fuck? How do you prove? How do you say you're not out of control if you're telling me that 4 interns knew, but none of you coaches did?
the fucking
Well,
interns.
that's negligent.
The interns are running fucking U Michigan program. I mean, that's
Interns running the asylum.
Mhm.
I mean, if it's not if you're not bad at your job, then you're just oblivious. Then you're just an idiot. You know what I mean? It's like one or the other. Like, if
But the
the
NCAA's already ruled on that. That's not an excuse anymore. You're not allowed to be bad at your job.
Yeah, right.
There has to be, like if you're bad at your job, that's fine. We can understand that, but we're going to bounce your ass and give you lack of institutional control.
And that still caused bullshit, like what Tressel got hit with and all that. So I don't even know what that means. Still cause, but seven coaches I've been linked to this.
Well, what? 5 of them are gone.
Hey, 7 people.
How many are still in the building? Sherrone Moore and who else?
Yeah, I don't know.
Any?
But they did lose a few defensive coaches, but there are. I'm pretty sure there are still coaches on the staff that are linked to this. And again, Sherrone Moore being the head guy now seems like a big problem, right? I mean, he seems to have been. I mean, we saw it on the sidelines. The NCAA has seen it on the sidelines. He is getting whispers from Connor Stallions. Jesse Minter's gone. He's off to the NFL.
Every time Michigan's mentioned, show me that clip of fucking him talking to Stallions.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And the other thing is that they mentioned in this draft is that Sherrone Moore is considered a repeat violator, quote unquote.
Yeah.
By the NCAA.
Repeat offender or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, they call him a violator, offender, tit for tit.
I don't ever want to be called a violator. I don't want to be like known as a violator.
I'd be
Yeah. I mean, neither sound good. So this goes back to when August of 2023, when he negotiated a resolution that he contacted recruits during the COVID dead period. So he negotiated a resolution with the NCAA about I don't think it was the hamburgers necessarily, but similar time period during
Well,
COVID. So
so
he,
reading through some of this, I just saw, because Michigan fans for the last year, because he bought him a cheeseburger, one, because it wasn't well done enough, or
of course,
all
yeah,
their,
plenty of jokes.
yeah, but then I read, okay, no, they had fucking kids on campus when they shouldn't have been there. The fucking
Right.
cheeseburger is it's the little icing on the fucking cherry on top. But they play it off like, oh, really? You're gonna come after us while Ohio State's been handing bags to kids for 20 years?
Right.
I mean, you
Of
know how they
course.
fucking are.
Yeah. Same shit we've been saying about the SEC for 20 years.
I
Yeah.
actually, I don't know. A couple programs have shown that they do that, but I don't say that about Bama. I don't say that about Georgia. I say it about the real crooked ones like Tennessee and
Yeah.
fucking Ole Miss,
Right.
A&M maybe,
But
but
the thing is, it's all legal now. So this doesn't apply when it comes to paying players. But this infraction by the cheaters does apply because they've been doing it for years. And this is definitely like untouched territory, So um, this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out, how long it takes to play out, because the problem is, so once Michigan gets this notice of allegations, they got 90 days to respond. So you got 3 months there. And then the NCAA has 3 months to respond to that, which,
And we're back in June. What do you know?
yeah, we're at the end of the year, or early next year, honestly. So who knows if this, comes to anything, but I mean, these initial charges are very damning.
well, here's how
mean-
this works out for them. If Michigan sucks, which they may, I mean, their defense is probably going to keep them in most games. I think their defense is probably going to be pretty sick. But there's a good chance they lose 4 games, 5 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me,
I would say at
I
least
mean,
3
I could be wrong,
minimum.
but and so this is a perfect year where Michigan's got the 90 days, but then we're still smack dab in football season, right?
Right.
I don't think if Michigan sucks, then I think the Big Ten will rule quickly to say, oh yeah, they weren't going to make the playoff anyway. Let's fucking hammer them now. If Michigan's fucking 10-1 at that point and is shooing for the playoffs, they're going to have a problem on their hand. Then they might delay.
Yeah. They could. Yeah. It really depends on how quickly the NCAA wants to respond, I guess.
I mean, it's really such a bad look for the NCAA too, isn't it? I mean, everyone's fucking known this. Everyone that's a fan, and nothing gets done, and it's all this bureaucracy and all this bullshit. Like, this shit should have been sewn up fucking a year ago.
And that's the other thing is what happens if Michigan can take them to court and get this tied up in the
Right? Be
courts.
fucking 2034. Be 2034 before this shit's done.
Right. There's not going to be any repercussions for years, and everybody, the coaches, the players could be long gone by then,
They already are, and
That's-
that's why I mean, I don't know if we're gonna go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was just gonna say we weren't expecting much to happen to them. We knew they weren't gonna lose their national title. What are they gonna do? Ding them for scholarships? They're allowed 20 more scholarships next year than they are this year. So we're gonna take those 20 away. Now they're back at 85. I mean, what?
Yeah.
No, I didn't expect anything to happen. I didn't expect
They get
NCAA to
20
do
more
shit.
next year.
Everybody does. Yeah.
105. Yeah. It goes 105. So.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The whole recruiting class is being 30 people. That's gonna be a norm.
Yeah. Oh, we just lost power. That's awesome.
Bro, we still hear you though. We lost you for a minute earlier, but
I know
We
because
got
I had to connect to my hotspot on my phone, but we
fuck.
don't have power. But anyway,
Want to live at the beach?
so
Yeah,
this is
deal
going
with
to
the
be a
birds.
short
Good.
show. It's going to be a short show. Let's see if we can get through 30 minutes. 30 more minutes. But so yeah. Now, you're going to see a lot of the same bullshit from the Michigan fans. Cope harder, we won 15-0, who's got it better than us bullshit. But this is not going away. And I think this is a big deal. That's why I'm focused on this tonight instead of doing our score predictions, because I think this is huge, man. I think this is freaking huge.
See, I'm not in the same camp with you that I think there's a very good chance they take away their natty. And maybe all the wins that year, and maybe all the wins the season before, and maybe all the wins the season before.
Right.
I'm actually more of a fan than punishing people going forward. Now, if Sherrone Moore's involved, then fuck him, and they ought to fucking hang him. But if for all the kids that weren't fucking involved, the coaches that weren't fucking involved, if it went up to Michigan's athletic department, but it kind of does, right? I mean, Harbaugh has to have institutional control over the football program, but I mean, isn't that part of the AD's fucking job? I mean, right. Jim Harbaugh can't be fucking looking at every little detail of every person.
Ward manual?
Yeah.
Ward.
Oh, yeah. He just got AD of the year, right? From the Big Ten.
When?
He just got AD. He was announced AD of the year.
This year?
By the Big Ten. Yeah. Yeah, it was at the Big Ten Media Days just a couple of weeks ago.
I mean, what kind of world am I fucking living in, man?
I can't tell you, Shawn. I can't tell you that.
The guy just, the biggest scandal that we've seen in college football, and I don't know. Can you remember anything bigger than this? Okay.
Oh, and he just got a 5-year contract extension a day ago. How's that sound?
He what?
He just got a 5-year extension a day ago. Is that better or worse?
He's the fall guy. He knows where all the skeletons are buried. He's like, you guys get rid of me, I'm gonna fucking write a book. I'm gonna do a Netflix special, and y'all sucked.
Yeah, Big Ten commissioner.
The problem is he's been running that gig forever, and
right.
I can't. How in the fuck? Just on its face.
Right. He was the Big Ten commissioner announced on July 23rd ish that at the 3-day Big Ten media event in Indianapolis, Tony Petitti announced that award manual has been chosen as the next recipient of the John L. Toner Award.
You know what?
Okay,
let me go from the side where he deserves it. No one's probably had to work harder than his fucking ass covering up for their dirty ass program.
He's had to interview a lot of coaches, right?
Yeah.
I mean, basketball coaches, he had to fire Juwan Howard, right? What about Juwan Howard?
I'm surprised. And he probably had to do that over a fucking Zoom call, or he might have got his ass kicked. Fucking Juwan don't fuck around.
Oh, he would have got choked. Yeah, he would have got choked for sure. Maybe with 2 hands, too. So, yeah, that's the beauty of the team up north, the school up north is they can do whatever they want, break all the rules, still get awards. It's hard to do. Not many people can pull it off.
While accusing you of breaking.
Right.
Oh,
and
they're
Ryan
so
Day,
dirty in Columbus.
Ryan Day's brother, the New Hampshire Mafia, all the rest.
Michigan's the dirtiest program in the Big Ten, and I don't think it's close.
No. I mean, the weenie washers up there in Northwestern were cleaner. I mean, seriously. What the fuck are we doing? So, yeah, anyway, I don't know where to go with these guys. I don't know how you punish them.
So what do you think the correct punishment is going to be, Jeff?
The first rumors we heard last week were a 1 or a 2-year bowl ban. But the question is, how does that affect the playoffs? Right?
That's the playoff. And I think
But the bowl system is included in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that means they don't make the playoffs. They're ineligible. And then recruiting's
Okay.
gonna whoop fuck.
You would think so, yeah. I agree.
I would think. I mean, if you're a big time recruit, you got to be in that playoff. You know, there's fucking 10 teams you can go to, 8 teams, 4 teams that are going to guarantee you get in that fucker. But, you know,
Right.
high percentage to get in.
Right. So like looking at the bracket here, I got it pulled up. So yeah. So your first round, they could actually get into the first round of the playoffs because it does not involve the bowl games. Remember, those are all on campus games. Then
They're not sponsored bowls though. Those are
no,
home
not at
games
all.
yet.
No, those are on campus. So the actual quarterfinals, the next round, are all bowl games. You got your peach, your whatever.
Yeah, but I wonder if they're going to change the language to postseason or whatever. Like you probably,
Well,
you know, would they be allowed to play in the Big Ten championship game?
that's up to the conference. That's not an NCAA
Oh,
rule or ruling, I would say, right? Jeff, what do you think? You're muted.
I don't know, Joe.
If they get a bowl ban, the Big Ten can't. Can they keep? You think they would keep them out of the Big Ten championship?
They definitely wouldn't have to. Do I think they would? I don't think the Big Ten's gonna. I don't know. It's hard to say how. Like the Big Ten is talking with the NCAA, with the athletic directors and the presidents. Like they kind of all kind of know what's coming on. The Big Ten's definitely not trying to single out or embarrass Michigan for sure, because the Big Ten likes them having that national title. That's a Big Ten national title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're not. The Big Ten's not itching to hang them out to dry. And you know, certain rules are made by conferences. Certain rules are made by the NCAA. I don't know why any of them are enforced or at least listened to. I would tell the NCAA, come investigate me. You know what I mean? Come. I'm not gonna listen to what you say, but go ahead. Come, let's go differently. The Big Ten does seem to have a little more power over their conference teams because it's kind of the way that system's set up. I can't. I will bet strong money against them getting the title taken away from them, or even wins vacating. I would be shocked if either of them. I'd love to see it, John. I'd love to see it. I would be shocked if that was the case.
I would agree. I think it's good for the Big Ten. It's good for college football if Michigan is a good football team. But we're consolidating conferences and we're bringing in all these newbies, USC, Oregon, Washington, who think they're pretty big shit out on the West Coast. Kind of are out there. Everybody that's come into this conference has sans Penn State, I guess, maybe, because Penn State competes at a high level still, but it's like the teams that come in, like Nebraska, just fucking immediately go to mediocrity, like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the Big Ten or that college football wants, we need Oregon and fucking USC to be good. I want them to be good fucking year in, year out. But if they come in and Michigan's strong as fuck, Ohio State's strong as fuck, and those teams, USC and Oregon, they're notorious for, Oregon will fly to Wisconsin and get fucking dick stomped, and USC will go, oh, yeah, we're going to fly out to Penn State. Penn State will absolutely put it on them. And then you could see these teams from out west, oh, they're 8-4 teams too in the Big Ten.
Right.
And so, I mean, does Hammer in Michigan actually help that cause? You still got the juggernaut, obviously Ohio State, but there's some years you don't play them.
Yeah.
And so now an Oregon or a USC who doesn't play Ohio State could go 11-1 potentially, and it's going to be good for their program. And as this consolidation continues to happen, and the money keeps pouring in, and Michigan is such a brand that if it does happen to Michigan, I would like to think that they would become Northwestern or Harvard,
No.
but I don't think so. Michigan will recover, and it might not be, it might be kind of what it's been like for the last 20 years. Upper end, lower upper class. But I mean, this money shit's going crazy right now, and if you get bowl banned and stuff like that, well, I feel like programs could drop out of relevance,
Yeah.
be
It just
relevant
takes,
real quick.
yeah, it just takes a couple bad coaching moves in a row. I mean, we saw it with the cheaters, actually, Rich Rod and Brady Hoke back to back. And we dominated them for like 20 years.
Until they start cheating.
That's just, yeah. I mean, obviously the cheating helped, but yeah. So I don't know. I think a bowl ban sounds nice. I think it's got to be heavier.
I like taking away the natty. I'm more for punish the people that were involved and did it and prospered from it. Like, well,
Yeah.
let's not recognize what they achieved through
Right.
bullshit. Let's fucking not recognize that. But
Mhm.
moving forward, as long as it's clean, and I don't know if Sherrone Moore's clean.
No, I would say he's not.
No, and none of them clean.
I'm not for
They all
punishing
know.
the kids. I wouldn't be against a bowl ban. But I don't think less scholarships. I don't know. I don't like punishing the kids coming in for guys that are all off and fucking millionaires now. I just
Well,
That's fair.
and 2 years of that. I mean, USC got just dismantled because of recruiting classes. Suffered 2 years in a row of that.
oh yeah,
Insane.
I
Yeah,
mean,
scholarship limitations will hurt, but who's that hurting more?
not going forward, not with 20 more kids and NIL. Now it doesn't
Right.
even fucking matter.
Right.
You said, Joe, the other note that any NIL deal over $600 has to go before a master of NIL or something. I'm not sure what his title is, but that's how they
Clearance.
refer to him. Clearinghouse, like a clearinghouse. But there's like a
Yep.
central figure, arbiter that is going to rule,
Yep.
or I don't know, I guess rule on any NIL deal over $600. That seems like, are there other deals under $600?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say most are over $600. So the point of that is that's completely different. But the point of that is to keep kids from getting these, $1 million deals, like,
Rashada, yeah,
Rashada, for
that,
example, Nico, you name the names. I mean, so it's basically to stop the kids from getting these, 7-figure deals for not doing anything.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna give you 8 figures as soon as you get here. I mean, we promise it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But they might, but the thing is with the clearinghouse, they have to actually do something to get that money. It's not just a pay for play scenario. So who knows if that actually plays out.
You got to show up and sign some jerseys.
Yeah, something to that effect, or maybe a charity event,
Show up at the car dealership.
Yeah, whatever. But it's got to be like, it goes by fair market value. That's the words those are the words they use by this clearinghouse saying you have to show up, but get paid for fair market value. So you can't just show up one day for 1 year and make 7 figures. You got to show up and provide multiple services, whatever they might be. And that's up to the clearinghouse again. So it's another body of people determining what's fair and what's not. Kind of like the NCAA,
Right.
you could say.
Yeah, more people that have no teeth.
Yeah.
But as a small business owner, who hasn't done some questionable
Right.
things to speed up revenue? So.
Right. But focusing on
You
this
gotta do what
Michigan
you
stuff, I really think if they get a 1-year ban from the playoffs, is that damaging enough? I don't think so, because I think they could be back in 2 years, maybe, if you don't put any scholarship restrictions on them or recruiting restrictions.
I don't think scholarship restrictions or this addition with 20 others, because you're not going to be able to fill your fucking roster with a bunch of studs, especially a 105-person roster with a bunch of studs, unless you're paying them. And unless your NIL, unless your NIL's twice, 3 times what everyone else's is, you're not going to be able to pay these kids that sit on your bench behind Marvin Harrison Jr.'s and shit like that. I to me, it's becomes irrelevant. You do things with the Scullies and whatever. Irrelevant.
Yeah,
at this point.
right. With NIL, you can get around
And these kids
the
will bounce whenever
scholarship
they
limits. Yes, you can have walk-ons getting paid through NIL. Definitely. But I'm saying a program ban from the playoffs is the only way to really have any effect on them, right? What else is there?
You're right. I mean, that's the attention getter, Joe. I mean, you yank it from them. But I don't
What
know.
else is there? I mean, you can't take away last year's national championship. That does nothing.
No,
it's already
everybody saw
done.
the game.
It's over.
Yeah, everybody saw the game. Everybody knows Michigan was their team against their opponent that night. Right,
And they were cheating half the season. That's the other thing.
At least.
That's what people forget is Stallions. They didn't bust Stallions till the middle of the season, right? Not that they had a difficult schedule. This is a
He's got tape on all y'all. He's got tape on all y'all.
But
it was
then
a cupcake schedule with sprinkles.
Isn't it so weird though that they didn't scout TCU and they lose to TCU, who everyone's like, oh gosh,
that's not a quinky dink. Not
exactly.
at all.
Exactly. Then they say then it comes out that he was at 2 other games watching 2 other teams.
Yeah, they were watching Georgia. They were watching other teams that they were going to face in the playoffs.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And other cases, they were handing off their information. What was it? South Carolina. They were trying to hand off information to, was it about South Carolina or to Clemson? I forget. It was somebody in that area. They were sharing information with.
I think they were sharing with South Carolina, going against. I mean, Tennessee.
SEC team.
I want to say Tennessee was involved.
Probably.
But you're right. But it's somebody in the SEC East, old SEC East.
Right.
It's one of them big guys.
So
maybe
again, the point is, the illegal scouting and recording and all that crap. I mean, these fuckers took it to another level, and I think Michigan has to take the fucking fall for everybody, for everything that happens. Stallions was on their staff. He was somehow, again, you notice that the NCAA determined Stallions was on the Central Michigan sidelines.
Yep.
With his blue light Google glasses or whatever they were.
What do you think that fucker's gonna say in this new Netflix thing coming?
Nothing. This is a fucking stroke job.
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing.
I think he's gonna cover his ass.
Yep.
I hope he says things that actually go against
a lone
FBI
wolf.
investigations.
I can hear it now. I was a lone wolf only guy, never shared anything with anybody.
Is that
That's
that
You get paid. You get paid to go
Because-
with smart.
Yeah, and because it's not against the
Yeah.
law. Okay, ban me from the NCAA,
no,
from college football, BFD.
but also in that draft was he removed hard drives from the university and
Yes.
things like that. I mean, now
Yeah.
you're getting into crimes. Now you're getting into
Yeah.
crimes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I love cyber crimes. I'm big into those.
Cybercrime.
So- So's what's his name? Whatever happened to Weiss? That guy. Never heard shit about him.
He's not enlisted in any of this shit either. The FBI
No, he was the
after
first one.
him.
Yeah, that was how many different fucking scandals were going on there at one time, man? Like he was the first to go down.
Yeah, he was the one changing grades, right? He was accessing
8, of course.
under Ward's roof.
Yep.
No, but the guy was like getting like grades and stuff, right, Joe?
Yeah, he was
that was
looking
one of the,
at
that was one
he
of
was
the reasons
looking
for
at
investigation.
people's emails in
Oh,
the
Yeah.
department. Let's call it.
That's like
Yeah.
1984 shit. Like, I mean, that's like, I mean, the book. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can't just institute that at a college. The world doesn't work that way. Like, you can't fucking spy on people, man. Like, what advantage are you getting, really? What's the advantage? And just to know more about your players, maybe like what on a national scope, what's the benefit of that? What are you finding?
It could have been a little more personal. Who knows?
And
maybe
probably
digging into
some dudes getting
some
pregnant,
staffers,
whatever.
some staffers kind of emails that. Yeah.
Hey, you
I'm
take care
guessing.
of the money. You take care of the hush. Take care of the hush. Yeah. That has to be.
But you're an idiot if you're Weiss. Like, why would you do that yourself? And then again, like you mentioned, Shawn, they destroyed how many hard drives of information. There was a story about shit. Let me see if I got it right in front of me. Stallions illegally scouted 56 games. He was illegally on the CMU sidelines. 7 coaches with violations. The 52 texts that were deleted by Sherrone Moore. And there was something else. There was
I would like to see those texts. But
yeah,
the
I'm
thing
sure
I
they
read
were
also is Sherrone
mundane.
Moore's only like what they're saying is Sherrone Moore's only up for level 2, which could lead to show cause, but show cause is only if you get fired and you can't work in college football. But if Michigan retains him, show cause. They just did it to that. Was it the guy in Florida, Mullen? It don't mean dick. If you're going to stay there,
No, it doesn't mean you have to be fired. No, it does not mean that. It
but
means
if you are fired or you're not there anymore, the next university, like they're not hiring you.
they have to jump through a ton of hoops, and you have to jump through a ton of hoops as that coach. That makes it virtually pointless.
Right.
Like really hard to get rehired. Yes.
Yeah, we're not gonna fucking unless you're the only fucking option. Like, yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
Come back in 5 years when your show cause is done.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Basically what happened to Tressel.
Yeah, that's different. Tressel was forced to resign,
but he couldn't come back to the NCAA for what was it, 4 or 5 years? That's why he went and took a job at the Colts. And
yeah, he had to show cause, and then he just got into being a president at Youngstown State and stuff. But
yeah, gotta be a senator.
There's a lot more going on here. I think that's going to be released than we even know.
But how many drafts were there? And what draft did we find out first about? Right? You were saying earlier, Joe. What if there were 30 drafts? Well, we only know one. Oh fuck! There's another 30. That's 30 days of news coverage right there.
Right. Somebody always forgets something, so you got to add it to the draft later on, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, we forgot about this. Get it in there.
Cheeseburgers, fuck.
Especially if you got more than one person working on a draft, that's a nightmare. So, I think Michigan's fucked. Besides
they
this
are
year,
too. I mean,
that
they're going to go at best case scenario 9-3. I mean, let's look at their schedule right now. I
Their
mean,
D, their
these
D is
guys are
going to keep
fucked.
their D is going to keep them in every game. And if they even have
Yes,
to run that
but
orgy is like a Debo Samuel. And if they can score 20 points a game, that might be enough for them to be 11-1.
I've never seen an orgy that can run through Ohio State.
Hey, I beg to differ.
Yeah, you didn't spend much time in Columbus.
I saw some shit one night. I saw some shit one night that was hair raised the Pope.
Point is,
Point is what?
What is the point?
these assholes could make the playoffs this year unless they're banned. I think they theoretically could. I think we could get 4
I agree.
Big Ten teams, like Matt Rule said.
Yeah.
We could get 4
Good.
Big Ten teams in these playoffs.
I'm telling you,
And they got to be one.
I actually think on defense, like Ohio State and Michigan will be like 1 and 2 on defense. Both their defenses ought to be absolutely sick. And they got a lot of question marks on offense, but they still got Deadwards.
Who ran for 500 yards last year.
He runs for a shit ton on us every time he fucking plays us.
Yeah, he wakes up around November 1st.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I don't think he wants to take those beatings. So he had Quorum, and now they got that other guy, Morrison. I think it'll
Mullins.
be
Mullins.
Yeah, it'll be that guy's gonna get a lot of carries.
Converted linebacker. Love it. Hand him the ball in short
But
yardage.
they got no receivers. They don't have a quarterback.
Shawn, you should know. I didn't tell you yet, but I'm telling everybody at the same time. Tuesday, I got a lovely offensive preview of the Cheaters. It's not offensive, it's on their offense, but so I've done the Ducks, I've done the Knits, and so next up, coming out on Tuesday, I got a preview of the Cheaters offense. I don't know where they turn, honestly, outside of Loveland and Edwards.
Yeah,
somebody has to get him the ball.
Loveland is a beast, though, man.
Yeah, he's not going to take handoffs.
Hey, how much of their offensive line are they bringing back, Joe? Sorry, real quick. Are they bringing back? They're bringing back none. All else but 5. Okay,
0.
Yeah.
Well, plus
they
lost 6 of 5. How's that sound?
They did have rotation, John. Is that what you're gonna say? They did rotate, like they're 6 and 7.
Yeah, they did. But
because they ran. I mean, they ran a lot of 7. They ran a lot of 7 linemen sets too.
They rotate a lot of dudes. They've ran a lot of double tight ends. Martin Klein, the one tight end, he's a sophomore, 6'6", 245, played in 10 games last year. Loveland, of course, played almost every game. And then your O-line, they got transfers here. They got dudes we never heard of. Some dude named Crippen at center, played 9 games last year. Didn't start at all. Then you got Prebe. He's a transfer from Northwestern. 28 starts at 4 years at Northwestern, though. And then you got some dude that should be
line, man.
You got some guy that should be on a government watch list, Giovanni El Haddadi.
He's from. We played them this year. His high school.
Well,
Sterling Heights Stevenson, I believe.
Oh, I was thinking Middle East. Anyway,
yeah.
Then you got a sophomore, Andrew Gentry, 15 games last year. And then Miles Hinton's the only returning guy. He's a senior. He played 23 games.
All those dudes are good. Their O-line is going to be – it should have fallen off. Good. They had so many dudes at O-line because they've been good in the transfer portal on that O-line. They've recruited decent there, and they've been great on the transfer.
Yeah, they got one guy through the portal this year, Prebe. He's a senior. So they did their usual, bring in the older guys that are 26, 27 years old. And
yes.
I get it. But looking at the schedule, guys, I don't know how they win 8 games. Or more than 8. Let's call it that. You got Texas
Okay,
week
so
2.
eight
They're
your
gonna get
cutoff.
fucked. What?
Well, I'll tell you how, Joe. Look at their defense then. Go through their fucking defense, and
Okay.
their defense is going to be. They're going to average giving up less than fucking 10 points a game.
That's very possible for the season, not for
Well,
the
Sean,
first
Sean,
week. That's for the
Sean,
season.
you want to put money on that?
maybe.
You want to put money that Michigan will have a single digit points against
They
number?
do need to score points though in order to win games.
No, but
That's
what
the
do you think
problem.
about like 13?
13-10. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of those 13-10, 18,
touchdowns.
You know what? It's
13.
going to be one of the best defenses in the country. And Ohio State won a championship against Miami Hurricanes with not much of an offense and the best defense in the country.
You say Miami Hurricanes?
I did.
Why?
While you're hitting the hurricane or tropical storm, whatever you got down there.
Hey, Orgy's no Krenzel. Believe that.
Tucker runs. I mean, he's no way he's going to stay healthy though, right? I mean, that guy runs like a fucking bull.
Well, so that means Jack Tuttle is the next man in. How's that sound? 7th year, Jack Tuttle. Sound better?
7th year.
7th
No,
fucking year.
I thought
yeah.
they had a young
Hello.
guy. I thought they had a freshman.
Yeah,
or
they got a
second year.
Denegal. You got a who else? Did they keep one of those quarterbacks home that always like to leave Michigan? Probably not. But anyway. Oh yeah,
Can
they
you
got
imagine? Can you
the little
imagine
guy
though,
from Charlotte.
if they
Justin
fucking
Davis.
hammer Michigan with you can't play in a bowl game this year, like here before the season starts. And once the season starts, I don't know. Can you even do that? I mean, can you imagine how mad like Will Johnson and some of these and that defensive tackle is the absolute beast. I mean, I don't think he's
Grant and
eligible to
Graham.
go. Yeah, but they could have went somewhere and got a natty.
Sure.
You know, all right, transfer
I'd be
out.
pissed too. Yeah.
And they'd have got paid. I guarantee they would have got paid.
Of course. They're getting paid now. I mean,
Well, yeah,
but
they're getting paid now, but like,
they would have got more.
but they're thinking that hey, we got a chance to win, make meaningful games.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's go one by one. I want Jeff, here you go. You ready? No, you're not ready.
I'm ready. I'm here.
All
Sorry.
right. Give me, say win or loss for each game. Week 1, Fresno State at Michigan.
Win.
Texas at Michigan, week 2.
Loss.
Arkansas State at Michigan, week 3.
Win.
USC at Michigan, week 4.
Win.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect that. Okay.
No, you said at USC. They're going out Southern Cal.
No, USC at Michigan.
Oh yeah,
So
Michigan win.
Texas and USC are both at Michigan.
Yes.
Damn, this would be nice season fucking to have some season tickets. Fuck.
Right.
Selling the shit out of those, you might be able to get a deal there, Shawn. Minnesota at Michigan.
That's a win. I can't see I can't
Okay.
see Minnesota. No.
Michigan at Washington.
L. I think Washington gets in there.
Okay. So 2
Like
losses.
the second night. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Michigan at Illinois 2 weeks
No,
later.
I win. Dub. Easy dub.
All right. Sparty at Michigan.
When these two teams get together, folks, you throw those records out the window.
There you go.
Easy dub. Michigan State's in a bad fucking spot right now.
They're not. They're nowhere. Right? They're not climbing out yet, Tom. Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Right.
easy dub, Michigan.
Right.
But the rivalry game, I don't know.
They are
I haven't looked at-
ascending. That could be a statement game for them. But I mean, I don't expect much out of Sparty, but that could be a game, especially if Michigan is as mediocre as they may be.
Yeah.
But we'll give Michigan the win. Yeah.
Yeah. I would
Okay.
agree.
Home
Okay.
field advantage.
Yep.
All right. Let's go Oregon at Michigan.
Loss.
That's a big loss.
Oregon's at
Oregon's
Michigan
coming- Oregon's
too.
coming-
So you got
Oregon's
Oregon,
coming.
USC, and Texas all at
They got a
Michigan this year.
cupcake
That's a hell of a home
schedule
schedule,
when it
man.
comes to the tough guys.
That's a great home schedule, dude. Catch USC.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Again,
Texas and
they
Oregon.
only got like 4 away games, Sean.
8-4, yeah.
Wow.
I think Buckeyes have
4
Buckeyes
away
are 8.
games. Illinois, Washington, the Buckeyes, and Indiana.
I think, well, and those are going to be 2-2. I think in those losses. In those spoiler, I think they're going to be 2-2 in those road games.
So you think they beat Indiana, then beat Northwestern, come to Columbus, and lose their 3rd game?
Yeah. That's how.
Sean, you agree?
I couldn't agree more with Jeff's breakdown of that schedule.
You could if you like. There's no rules.
I mean, I would like to, and I love to like to. I would love to disagree with that, but I really can't. I mean, that's
Right? I mean,
spot on to me is how this probably plays out. They lose to Texas. USC, okay, toss up or whatever, but at Michigan, okay, give it to Michigan. But then the other flip side of that is the loss, them traveling to Washington, where so one of those two, I think those are coin flip games. Maybe Michigan, if Michigan's these as good as advertised, maybe they can get through them. But I'd say
I think
chances
SC
are they
beats
lose
them in
one
Michigan,
of those
though.
games.
I think
I
SC
think they lose
beats them.
one of those. Who, USC?
Yeah, I think Texas, USC, and Oregon beat them at home, and then they come to Columbus and get beaten for their 4th loss.
Well,
I
if
took them-
Michigan's getting beat like that, then they could get beat by Michigan State.
USC is going to be better. Like,
I mean, if
say
Michigan,
it,
I mean, can you imagine
sounds
how low
weird.
the heads are going to be if Michigan's fucking got 3, 4, 5 losses?
Right.
5. Fuck.
They're in big freaking trouble. I'm telling you, man. Not having a quarterback, not having a solidified O-line. Maybe
All coaching
Edwards.
staff just folded or deleting emails
I
and
mean,
shit.
the defense, you got Wink Martindale, for fuck's sake. Are you serious?
Wink.
A guy named Wink Martindale is your DC.
Yeah, a 35-year veteran of the NFL. He don't give a fuck about college rules. You know what I mean? Like, he's coming in to be a pro D coordinator.
I saw a good thing on I think it was like, and Tony Alford is about to assume head coach responsibilities for the University of Michigan.
He could be head coach by week 3.
Seriously, right?
Yeah, I did just say Washington Chief. It's a joke.
Maybe that's the master plan.
It's an Ohio
You send Tony
joke.
Alford up there, and you fucking have him just fucking dive him deep.
There you go. I mean, Benedict Alford. Maybe he's a
Deep,
a mole.
deep state. Yeah, deep guy.
Deep state.
Triple agent.
Yeah, he sent him in. We sent him in there. You guys, the fucking cheaters, thought that they won one over on the Buckeyes. In actuality, we just sent a couple moles in, and it's not going to turn out well. But hey, you didn't need our help, I guess. We could have just let you set your own bombs inside your place.
They're such trash.
Michigan sucks so bad. They're so fucked, dude. I think they're going to be back into the late 90s Michigan, mid-late 90s, the Rich Rod Michigan.
No, that was 2000s. Late 90s, they were
my
kicking
bad.
our fucking ass.
Not against Trussell.
Trussell didn't come until 2000s. 90s, they kicked our fucking ass.
Sorry. Yeah. That's right. Anyway. We'll send them back to the Trussell and Meyer years. How's that sound?
Well, you know what? You know what I'm going to be happy with is when they vacate these last 3 wins. I get texts. It's been 900 or 1,000 something days since Ohio State's beat Michigan. Want it all vacated. I don't care what they do going forward. I don't care what they do going forward because we're gonna beat their fucking ass going forward. So I don't give a fuck. Take their Scott, whatever. We're good luck, Michigan.
It goes back to 2019.
Take those wins away.
Joe,
All 3
You said
seasons.
that the investigation dates back to 19. With the NCAA, with the NCAA, okay, I haven't read their release yet. So 2019, that's before we were talking about it. I mean, we thumped them in 2019 with Fields up there in their place. The 63, that was a 60, 62, 39, something like that.
Right.
I think, but I don't remember hearing about it in 2019. But the NCAA's been watching it that long, huh? Who knows what the fuck what all they've investigated or what they've gathered from other teams.
Oh, they're so fucked, man. All right, so let's pop in the chat here and let's get some reading reaction. Odysseus, first man in. Where the hell is Billy at? Billy's not in here. Anyway, hey folks, please hit the like and make sure you're subscribed. Oh, we got over 100 views so far.
Nice.
We are rolling. People love to hear about Michigan burning down. All right, Odysseus, what's up? It is hammer time. Odysseus says it's hammer time. Steven says, let's go. Fuck the cheaters. That's right, Steven. Howard is QB1, says Steven. I agree with you there. Odysseus says, but Joe, I thought Connor was a lone wolf. Exactly, yeah. That's what we were told the entire time. Yeah.
There's no such thing as a lone wolf. And when the term lone wolf comes out,
except an actual lone wolf.
Right.
Yeah, only wolf will actually go out on their own to do something.
Right.
No, it's like what? Oh, hey,
they travel in packs.
I like how you figure out the numbers here. I do this for us on a wide scale. He probably came to them and said, "Look, I'm really good at this shit. I think I figured out some tendencies." They're like, "Okay, well, let's get you on staff. We want to download everything off your head."
Yep.
So
and your hard drives.
And
Steven
your hard drive
says, now we know why Harbaugh was flirting with the NFL for the past several years. Exactly.
Yeah, glass house.
He saw it coming. Yeah, he knew this was not right. And he definitely knew about the entire operation. Let's not be naive here.
If a head coach doesn't, then they should be fired for negligence. Either or. Either you
know, or interns. That's the thing.
Interns
know, and no one else knows. Bullshit. Interns are trying to make a name for themselves.
Right. Coaches can't claim no knowledge. You know, you should know. That's the new NCAA rule. For what it's worth, you know.
You need to know.
Yeah, that's part of your job.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be. Somebody's got like Saban, the highest paid state employee, you know, the highest paid employee in the state. I mean, like
in most states.
If you're not held responsible, then who would be for what happens underneath them? Of course, you got to be held responsible.
Who's not wearing the ribbon?
Who won? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like either negligence and you're a horrible coach. Yes. But I mean, but Harbaugh bounced. He bounced because he knew, and now they're gonna end up retroactively, you know, fucking the program. Cut back fines. Can they actually even do, Joe, like monetary fines? You don't hear about that a lot.
No.
No. I'm talking about the university. Like I'm talking about Michigan's penalties. Like if they don't want to take away wins. Or if they don't want to take away scholarships for the classes, can they just say, "Hey, fuck $10 million"?
No,
they can't.
What
right?
Are they going to do with it?
They're non-profitable. They're non-profitable organizations, and you can't.
It's going to go back to all the other colleges, so Michigan ends up getting a chunk of it.
right, exactly. You know. Or revenue sharing, yes, and all right back up.
Yeah,
I never heard of the NCAA throwing down monetary fines, but I mean the way money is used nowadays, I don't know if they could change. You know.
Odysseus says, looks like crying Sherrone is getting a show cause. I agree. He may not coach the season. I agree with that. Just like last year, the head coach does not finish the season. Odysseus says possible Benedict Alfred is the coach. Yeah, I think we touched on that. I agree. Who knows?
That's awesome though. Like that's
week 3.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, who else is there? I mean, you can give it to Wink. No. Travis says Kentucky just got like 10 wins taken away for much lesser infractions. They did just last week.
Kentucky did?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, back in, was it 2021? It was for no-show jobs,
Stoops'
Sopranos kind of
79 and
stuff.
82 record was now,
Yeah.
now going further back.
Yeah, they thought they were on the Sopranos and those no-show contractor jobs
Right.
at the
And
construction site.
I get you 3 no-shows a week.
All right. Odysseus says media votes on AD of the year and many scum grads there with votes. Okay. So that explains why
That might
Ward Manuel got the AD of the year.
I'm curious. Do you get Shawn? You might know. Did Michigan win national title in anything else besides football? Like any obscure sport?
Yeah, I think there's some other things they did.
Yeah, multiple. Okay. Well, I mean, if you have, I don't know, you have multiple athletic departments.
It's like it's like
Pocket pool.
women's whatever that no one gives a shit about. It's some
Right.
like big
Ohio
deal.
State- Ohio
I don't
State
care
Diamond-
unless you win it in football. I don't care. Basketball, it's like okay, that's kind of neat. But unless you win it in football, I really don't give a shit.
Hey, Ohio State synchronized swimming is nation's leader.
Right, and I think we win the shooting and all
Yeah,
kinds of natties. And I think
pistolist.
Michigan's good at some stuff, and they win some of those as well.
Mhm.
We're good at stuff too.
Badger hunting.
We're gonna be good at stuff too.
Odysseus
So-
says should get a 5-year postseason ban and vacate all games from 21 to 23.
Oh, let's
I like
go.
the 5-year postseason
This
ban.
guy,
Yeah,
Well,
I'm on
if
board.
they say 19 though, why would you arbitrarily
Odysseus for
pick 21?
president, man.
Yeah.
Odysseus for president. Reindeer the Redwoods.
done.
I'm voting. I'm voting off the ballot this year.
Make America Odysseus again. Travis says, yeah, and take away scholarships like they did to FSU. Fair point. Can't argue with that. Taking away
Scholarships don't
is
matter anymore.
It doesn't
with
matter, but
NIL.
the NIL
a long-term
coverage.
effect.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, you're right. But you're right, Joe. You can put a Band-Aid on that quick, easily with NIL if you get for 1 year, 2 years. But yeah, you're right. It'll catch you sooner.
Odysseus says, pretty sure the playoff committee honors teams being deemed ineligible. They did by not ranking JMU last year.
Oh, that's right. Oh, because
James Madison, yeah.
James Madison, they jumped conferences, and by the rule, you couldn't play for the conference
You have to
title if you're
sit.
first year in. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So
it's
it's
a fair
easy.
point.
It's so easy for the assholes to follow that with James
Yeah.
Madison.
Right.
Are they gonna do it? Are they gonna do it with one of the two big heads in the whole goddamn sport?
Right.
The Big Ten? I don't know. Don't count on it. Be surprised. Be happily surprised if something comes down. I don't expect it.
Travis makes a great point here about the 90-day
I thought I was making a
response to the NOA notice of the allegations. That's going to be November, so that means more drama leading up to the game again, like last year. So fair point. 90 days from today. Travis also says OSU had a postseason ban in 2012. That's right. Won the Natty in 2014.
Yeah, we went 12-0, right?
If they get the right coach, they'll bounce back quickly. If it's only a bowl ban, put them on a Scully limit. So Travis really likes the scholarship limits. It has to be substantial, though. If you're going to go that route, it's got to be like fucking
20,
30.
20 a year.
I feel
30 a year?
85 on scholarship is already. I mean,
It's got to be like
we
influential.
have a lot of
It can't
dudes on
be-
scholarship that aren't
yeah.
even that good. I don't think this new
But, hey,
scholarship thing.
They don't have, but
matters
it's not
much at all.
a must. Now, Sean, the athletic departments, they don't have. They're going to be allowed that number, that 125. Is it 125,
Right.
Joe? Or 105, 105, 105.
105.
They're allowed. They're going to be allowed that. They don't have to film. Ross Bjork said that in an interview. Even they don't. They're going to take feedback from Pantone and like those guys as far as
Well,
do we need
and now
do we need
maybe
to
some
have all 105?
prospects will come to Ohio State where like it's like, damn, that's like a high 3-star guy that like just has been off the radar a bit, and it looks like he
Yeah.
might be a dude.
Right.
And now he's the guy you end up getting instead of turn into something that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like who's
Well,
that Raiders DN that went to Eastern? That dude's a beast.
Right. Crosby.
Probably.
Yeah.
Mhm. Bing. Yeah.
Big. Yeah, big.
Anyway, Travis, I kind of agree with you on the Scully limit, but it has to be like a big fucking limit. I'm talking 30
So what's big to you?
to
You
make a
keep saying
dent.
that, but
30.
like what do you,
30 out of 105. Because they don't allow, if they're not going to allow walk-ons, the roster limit is going to be 105, and those are all scholarship dudes. So you want to make them feel it? It's got to be 20%, 30%. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they're not going to feel it.
They're not gonna ban. They're not gonna give them more than 20 a year penalty. That's heavy.
Okay, that's fine.
That's the heavy stuff. Heavy punishment. I mean, 20 scholarships a year, bro. I mean, nobody's
You
gonna
want
say
to
like
do
that.
something
I'm not
else?
saying,
Something else? Take the coaches off the recruiting trail for a month.
bro. I hope they fucking take every scholarship with them, and they rot in hell. But
like they wouldn't
that
get around
can't
that
happen.
shit.
Well,
They're not. I mean, they just won't do it. They've never hit anybody that hard with 20 calories a year.
yeah, I'm just saying that's how you want to. If I'm following Travis's lead here, he said Scully limit, then it's got to be substantial. It can't be 10. But anyway, Travis says, and Tennessee, yeah, they got hit with a scholarship limit. Obviously, they bounced back pretty quickly. Odysseus does make a good point that practice footage may be involved. Yes, we still have that outlying rumor about Michigan people hacking into Ohio State's practice footage through that catapult system, the online. It's in the cloud, so who knows? It's just footage and shit in the cloud. So that's still out there lingering. Who knows what comes of that? Travis says Texas is going to dog walk them week 2. I'm going to agree with Travis there. I think Quinn Ewers lights them up. I don't care who's on defense. Odysseus says, I think they're in for 7-5 season. Iowa offense and D gets gassed losing games. I don't know how to take that last part. The offense and the D gets gassed. Oh, maybe they get gassed against Iowa on offense and defense. Thoughts?
I don't know. Michigan's going to be better than we'd hope they're going to be.
They don't play Iowa.
What?
We do. They don't.
Who?
Yeah. Michigan doesn't play Iowa. We do play Iowa. I didn't catch what he meant by that. Offense and D gets gassed losing games. Anyway, Travis says, how do they only play 4 road games, though? That's unbelievable. That's my question, man.
Seriously? In a 12-game schedule, only 4?
That's the magic of college football. This shit happens. Like, we played a lot of extra road games last year. But
well, when you're playing little schools, it's almost always they're going to come to your place.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, of course.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, they were like 7 games into the season or something stupid before they had like a game away from home.
Last year they had like the 65th toughest schedule in the country, man. Remember, they were playing like Hawaii and shit. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Connecticut.
Yeah. Odysseus says Martindale defenses will give up big plays, though. Yeah, I hear a lot of people just say Don Brown 2.0. I don't know if it's that simple, But yes, I hear that it's a little bit more aggressive, so I could see more big plays for teams. Some Apocalypse Sal, weird name, but anyway, did bro just say Washington? Yes, I did say Washington.
Goodness.
Goodness.
Where are you from? Put an R in it.
Sorry. Like I like to wash my car in the rain. Rick says I'm giving this video a big thumbs up just for the fabulous pic of crying Sherrone Moore. Thank you, Rick. Whatever gets you to the table.
We'll take it.
That's right. More thumbs, more. Apocalypse South says Michigan necromancers resurrected the long dead corpse of game show host Winkett Martindale. They truly have no limit to the depravity. That's deep.
Oh.
Did AI write that? Sounds like AI wrote that.
Well, we don't know this guy.
Could be AI.
It could be an author.
Odysseus says 56-27 in 19. Hairball knew he had to cheat after Day pantsed him. It's true.
Oh, 56. Okay. 56.
27. Yeah.
They did
Odysseus.
destroy him.
They may be facing lawsuits regarding gambling and from players injured by the sign stealing. I like the lawsuits from players who were injured during the sign stealing times. Get me on that.
Oh.
I'm all about that shit.
I'm not sure I know the case though.
If you were injured because they knew what plays were coming.
Oh, okay. I thought the players on their team injured.
No.
Okay. Oh,
Opposing
yeah.
teams.
Sure.
Yeah. Crack back block because he knew I was coming that way. Took my knees out.
And I got ruptured disc and I lost. I lost.
Right.
Yeah.
Right in the dick.
There's lawyers are really good at that shit. PI lawyers are really good at that. They will get money.
And the gambling part, remember? I think that's what Matt Weiss was busted for, but we never heard.
Was that too? Partridge, I think, was he involved in that? The betting.
He's involved in a lot of stuff.
But the FBI was on that campus, and so this is all NCAA shit. We haven't heard a peep about that other stuff.
Exactly.
That's
the problem.
If that shit ties in, oh my.
Well,
then you're talking taking all of it away before, and you're taking all of it away from the future. Yeah. Like it's going to be bad.
Yeah. And again, another investigation that hasn't been wrapped up yet on the campus of the cheaters. How many? Who knows? Anyway, let's wrap it up here. Yeah, I do agree with Odysseus. Odysseus says they play like Iowa's offense last year. I meant. Okay, now I got you. Sorry. Thank you for clarifying, Odysseus. So they're going to play like Iowa's offense, which means worse in the country. And I agree, it is going to be bad.
I think he meant ball control, double, triple tight ends, as Michigan always does. But
not scoring. Without the scoring part,
they're not going to be as bad as Iowa's offense.
That's what Odysseus says. Apocalypse Sal says, I think he was saying they have an Iowa type offense. Thank you. I get it now.
We'll see.
Nelson Colville, horrible show. No structure and people all talking at the same time. Thanks for watching, Nelson. You're welcome to leave anytime you want. You do realize you have the power, right?
And fuck yourself on the way out. See
ya. John Cam. I never heard of these last few people.
Cam?
Guys, this cheating has been going on for 3 seasons. They need to come down on them hard, period. I love a hard period. Yes, I agree. They do need to come down on them hard, period. And we are only guessing.
Who doesn't love a hard period, right?
Exactly.
If you're gonna do it, do it.
What? What'd you say? You set me up for
You
something?
gotta do it. Do it big, right? You gotta do something. Do it big.
Yeah, all right. I'm just gonna read the comments and go on. Move on with my life. Apocalypse says, I'm not an AI of an author. I'm just a gal from Arkansas randomly listening to football podcasts. We appreciate you joining us, Apocalypse. Thank you.
Oh, there's a woman. Oh, my fault for automatically gender assuming. Glad to have
There
you.
you go.
Glad to have you there on the show.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So we're about to get out the door here.
What?
We're gonna wind it out.
No, we all assumed you're a fact, Jeff. What did you say? Gender assuming? No, that we're gender.
No, you know what happens when you assume. Anyway, Apocalypse says, I think the show format is fine. So, hey, we gained a new fan tonight, guys. Let's celebrate that.
I'm glad.
He said Nelson is just a troll. Johnny C. Damn it, Johnny C. I didn't know you were in here. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Johnny's my guy. We email all the time. He's down in Alabama. He's what, Johnny, refresh my memory. I think you're down around where Zion Grady, the 2025 defensive end commit, is from. I think you're from down around that area, around the Gulf Coast.
Muscle Shores.
I don't think that one. I want to say not Enterprise, maybe Enterprise-ish area. But anyway, Apocalypse says
I like
Sal
that
is a
cuisine
female
that
hog.
way.
LOL. Yes, I know that. We all, unfortunately, many of us know that, right, Jeff?
Right on.
All right.
That's it. No more needs to be said.
That's right. All right. I guess it's time to get out of here. So we appreciate everybody popping in, joining the show. Got a nice, lively audience tonight. Well over 100.
It's getting close to football
viewers.
season.
Exactly. We're going to have to put off our score predictions till next week. So look for that. We're going to give our score predictions, each one of us, for the 2024 season, game by game. So, yeah. All right. I nailed it, Johnny. Hell yeah. Enterprise, Alabama. Fuck yeah. All right. Apocalypse, thank you for subbing. We appreciate it. And we appreciate everybody hitting like on the video. Oh, I'm going to go. Hopefully the power doesn't go out. Because if the AC goes out, I'm not going to be happy. Anyways, Jeff and Shawn, we appreciate you.
Always, brother. Always.
All right. See you next week.
All right.
Go Bucks.
See.